waves and his ebony skin. He is guardian of his world, his natural home. African crocodiles, let's take care of them. From the river to the jungle, your home must be saved. With love and awareness, we can achieve. May life on the planet never stop dancing.
Hello everyone, today we continue with reptiles. Now let's talk about the Nile crocodile, scientifically known as Crocodilus nauticus, Indolauticus, and most Savanna of Madagascar. It is a carnivore and an ambush predator. It eats fish, birds, zebras, antelopes, and even buffaloes when they come to drink. It has the strongest bite force of any animal on Earth. Did you know that Nile crocodile bedinas tu prosinals over ost in a water I can't do the days dinanward, sheezy and various herbium case and the white to the watch.
We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the desert crocodile, also known as the West African crocodile. Its scientific name is Crocodilus suchus. It lives across West and Central Africa, from Senegal to Chad and south to the Democratic Republic of Congo. It can reach up to 4 meters long. It is a carnivore, feeding mainly on fish, small mammals, birds, and reptiles. Young crocodiles eat insects and small fish. You know this crocodile. Studies discovered it is a different species in 2011. It is smaller and less aggressive than its relative. In some regions, it is known as the sacred crocodile. We continue with reptiles. Now let's talk about one of the most special and endangered crocodiles in Africa, the West African slender snout crocodile, scientifically known as Mecistops cataphractus. The knees this mean and smaller and retains on fish, amphibians, and menthes. It prefers rivers and swamps with dense vegetation where it can hide among the plants. Also, unlike other crocodiles, is 13-20 find eggs. These crocodiles do not usually live in groups, except during the breeding season. We continue with reptiles. Now let's talk about the dwarf crocodile, scientifically known as Osteomus tetraspis. It is the smallest living swamps species in Africa. This crocodile is much smaller than its cousin Nile crocodile. It only grows up to 9 meters long. It is a shy carnivore and eats small fish, frogs, crabs, and insects. You know, the dwarf crocodile has a very hard like to crocodiles that stateside land to find parting floor to find small prey in shallow streams and mud puddle. And so we close the chapter on crocodiles, those ancient river guardians. But our journey through the world of reptiles does not end here. In the next episodes, we will shift our gaze from the water's ends, sun-scorched earth, to discover a new group of titans, the largest lizards in Africa. We start our new adventure with the most formidable of them all, the monitors. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the Savanna monitor, scientifically known as Varanus xanthematicus. This thick, scaly lizard lives across sub-Saharan Africa, from Senegal to Eritrea. True to its name, it lives in savannas and grasslands. Adults feed on snails, insects, small mammals, and eggs. They have blunt teeth to crush snail shells. In the wild, they can live to 15 years. Did you know this monitor's body is gray or brown with rows of circular yellow spots? They have a feast and fast system. They eat a lot during the rainy season and survive on fat reserves during the dry season. We meet the desert monitor lizard. It is the largest lizard in North Africa. Its body has sand-colored tones, a perfect camouflage for the desert. Its scientific name is Varanus griseus. This monitor lizard lives in the Sahara Desert, from Morocco to Egypt. It is a carnivore, feeding on insects, rodents, lizards, and snakes. Adults can reach up to 2 meters in length. Did you know desert monitors are immune to cobra and viper venom? This allows them to hunt and eat venomous snakes. They are also skilled climbers and can scale rocky walls in seconds. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the Nile monitor lizard, scientifically known as Varanus niloticus. It is the longest lizard in Africa. Adults can grow up to 2.2 meters long. It lives across sub-Saharan Africa, never far from rivers or lakes. This monitor is a carnivore. It eats fish, frogs, snakes, bird eggs, insects, and even crocodile eggs. Did you know the Nile monitor is an expert thief? It frequently raids crocodile nests to steal their eggs. To find these hidden eggs, it uses its long forked tongue like a snake, tasting the air to follow the scent. We continue with reptiles. We will talk about the Sudan-plated lizard, also known as the armadillo lizard. Its scientific name is Broadlysaurus major. It lives in eastern and central Africa in countries like Tanzania, Kenya, and Mozambique. This lizard has omnivore. It's an omnivore that eats both plantsets and animals. Its diet includes insects, fruits, and seeds. Sometimes it also eats small lizard and rodents. Did you know cells impited a lizard races stays in Aldrin's visum ido? It also stays very still to camouflage with the rocks. This is how it gets its name. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the common agama, also called the red-headed rock agama. Its scientific name is Agama agama. It lives in most of sub-Saharan Africa, from Senegal to Ethiopia. Small lizard grows up to 30 centimeters long. It lives in dry savannas, rocky areas, and even near human villages. It is an insectivore, eating ants, grasshoppers, beetles, and termites. It sometimes eats berries and seeds too.
Did you know the male are orange and his body becomes breeding season? Outside of breeding season, he turns dull brown. Females are always brown. This is how males attract mates. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about Meller's chameleon, the largest chameleon species from the African mainland. Its scientific name is Trioceros melleri. This giant can reach 2.5 feet long. It lives in the savannas and treetops of Malawi, Mozambique, and Tanzania. It's a carnivore that eats insects, spiders, and small birds. Did you know this chameleon is also called the giant one-horned chameleon? Males have a small horn on their snout. They use it to fight rivals during the mating season. Continue with reptiles. The panther chameleon, Furcifer pardalis, lives only in Madagascar, an island off Southeast Africa. It lives in humid forests and stays in trees, never on the ground. It eats insects like crickets, grasshoppers, and flies. Did you know male panther chameleons change color? They can be red, blue, green, or orange. They do this to communicate, not just to hide. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the Jackson's chameleon, scientifically known as Trioceros jacksonii. It is native to the highland forests of Kenya and Tanzania in East Africa. It lives in cool, humid mountain forests between 1,500 and 2,500 meters high. It is an insectivore, feeding on insects like crickets and locusts, which it captures with its long, sticky tongue. Males have 3 prominent horns on their heads, which they use to fight rivals. These horns gave the species its scientific name, Trioceros, meaning 3 horns.
We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the legless skink from Africa South, also known as the land skink. A well-known species is the Cape legless skink, Acontias meleagris. These lizards live underground, burrowing in dry sand and soil. They are found across southern Africa, but remain hidden, feeding mainly on insects and small invertebrates they find in the earth. Did you know that legless skinks are often mistaken for snakes? Unlike snakes, they have movable eyelids and visible ear openings. Also, they can drop their tail to escape from predators, just like other lizards. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the short-headed snake-eyed skink, also known as the Peter's lidless skink. Its scientific name is Panaspes breviceps. This skink lives in lowland forests and river areas of Central Africa, from Cameroon to Angola. It is a small reptile that lives hidden among leaves. It uses its movable eyelids to blink. Like snakes, this lizard has movable eyelids. It can blink to clean its eyes. Most skinks of this group have fused eyelids, like the serpents, but this one is special. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the Cape dwarf gecko, also known as the Cape wall gecko. Its scientific name is Lygodactylus capensis, which means flexible fingers. This tiny gecko lives in woodlands and forests across southern and central Africa. You can also find it on garden walls in towns. It is an insectivore, feeding on ants and termites. Did you know the Cape dwarf gecko can detach its tail to escape from predators? It can then regenerate its tail, but it loses its climbing ability until the new tail grows back. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the African fat-tailed gecko, scientifically known as Hemitheconyx caudicinctus. It lives in the dry and moist savannas of West Africa. Nocturnal, ground-dwelling gecko spends its days hiding in termite mounds or under rocks. It is an insectivore, feeding on crickets, mealworms, and cockroaches, which it hunts at night. Did you know this gecko stores fat in its thick, bulbous tail when food is scarce? If attacked, it can drop its tail to escape. The new tail will grow back, but it will look smoother and rounder. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the African five-lined skink, a true gem of the savanna. Its scientific name is Trachylepis quinquentinata. They are found across north-central Africa, from Egypt down to Mali, and as far south as South Africa. These skinks are super adaptable, living in both rocky and grassland habitats. They are fast and agile hunters. They are insectivores, and their diet includes beetles, ants, grasshoppers, and even spiders, which they catch with lightning speed. The bright life electric blue triangle is a brilliant decoy strategy. This flash of color distracts predators, like birds and snakes, giving the skink precious sexscape while they go for the tail instead of the head. We continue with reptiles. Let's talk about the common dwarf gecko, scientifically known as Lygodactylus capensis, which means flexible fingers. Adults measure only 4 to 5 centimeters in body length. The gecko lives in woodlands, forests, and gardens across central and southern Africa. It is diurnal, active during the day, and has a special diet. It eats mostly ants and termites, picking them off their trails. Did you know the common dwarf gecko can detach its tail to escape predators? A new tail grows back, but the gecko loses its climbing ability until the new adhesive pad is fully restored.
All right, friends, we'll leave it here for today. I want to thank you all for being here and for joining us all this time. Subscribe and hit the bell so you'll know when the next lesson is ready. And as a bonus, we're going to leave you with a song made by Afropulse for us about reptiles. We hope you like it. Thank you all so much. See you next time.
the burning stone. The reptile waits, ancient and alone. Sous le soleil, sur la pierre brûlante, le reptile attend, ancien et solitaire. Ancient reptile, masters of the heat. Reptiles anciens, maîtres de la chaleur.
The crocodile hunts in the muddy stream.
The viper hides in a shadowy dream.
Le crocodile chasse dans la rivière trouble. La vipère se cache dans un rêve sombre.
Ancient reptile, masters of the heat.
Reptiles anciens,
Maîtres de la chaleur. Scales of time, blood of the sun, caille du dos, sang du soleil. Always watching, toujours à la